Oh, I know you could. Hey, everybody, welcome back to Morning Talk with Mike and Paul. We've been talking about the royal family and certain things that are going on over there, but that's here nor there for us. We're going to be talking about day 38. Day 38 on the government shutdown today. We'll probably talk about it and then something will happen and we'll go off into left field somewhere on some other subject like we always do. But that's the plan. Okay. That's the plan that we have for this morning. I'm glad you guys are here. Terrie, let's give a little update on Terrie. Terrie is doing better, still in pain, and she has spent most of the time in bed resting. She gets up and she walks throughout the house. She's now having coffee sitting in my recliner because that's only for sick people. Okay.
Bollocks.
Yeah. So
it's time you got Terrie her own.
Yeah, and I will tell you that she what was going on with her in the surgery was what'd they say?
About my uterus?
Yeah.
That it was the size of a cantaloupe
Yeah, usually the uterus has a span of like 3 or 4 inches or something like that, but hers was swelled up and the size of a cantaloupe. Okay. And also she had a fibroid they thought it was a couple of them, but it was one massive fibroid that it was all pushing. That's why she was in pain, having sharp pains and stuff like this. And it grew really, really quick on her. So they everything is taken care of. She had her total hysterectomy, and everything's done. It went off to pathology to check it and all that. No news is good news because we'd already found out about everything like the doctor said. She has to go back to the doctor on Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah.
And Tuesday. She'll go back on Tuesday to see her doctor up in Muskogee. Yeah, but everything went really well. Like I said, she's still in pain. She did what they call, because Terrie had 2 C-sections when she had the 2 kids, Austin and Brittany. So they used the same scar area and did basically like a bikini cut. And then they did the stitches where the stitches are on the inside, and so it'll just be like a little hairline, that scar that she'll have. So, but she's doing good. She's in good spirits. She's eating. She's drinking a lot of fluids, taking the medication like she's supposed to, and she should have a full recovery. So, we thank everybody for the prayers that you have sent out for her. Prayers do help. They do work. And I thank you for all that. So thank you guys. So Paul, what's new on your end of the pond?
We've still got a dick in charge.
Which one?
Starmer, the wanker.
I'd asked Paul before we went live. I had read on a news feed that the King Charles and Prince William, they had some kind of ceremony where they both shared the crown because of Charles's medical condition that he's going through right We do know that he had prostate cancer, which in my mind is very fitting since he had been seeing his current wife before, during, and after he married, after Diana had died. And then he came up with prostate cancer. So I guess, hey, it all circles back around and you get what you sow, right?
Yeah.
So that's what they're doing over there in England. I think.
He deserves to die the same way Henry VIII did.
Oh yeah. But I think William will be a good king. I think he's smart. He's got a military mind on his head, and he's a good family man. And I think he will be good for England and Great Britain. I think I believe that.
And so will the real queen. Not that.
Yeah. What's her name?
Horsehead.
No. William's his wife.
Oh, sorry. No, you weren't talking about Camilla. You were talking about Catherine.
Yeah. Is that her name, Catherine?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. But yeah, we were talking about that.
Beautiful as Diana.
Yeah. Paul has his view.
I have my view.
He's living that nightmare over there with the rest of the English community. So yeah, see what happens. I just think William will. Didn't they make him something of Cornwall too?
Yes, he's the Duke of Cornwall.
And the Prince of Wales.
And the Prince of Wales.
Yeah. Which is the position before you become king.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the reason he's taking over so much, everybody thinks it's a coup. It's not a coup. Charles is getting ready to hand over because he knows his mental state's going.
Yeah.
Charles knew he wasn't going to be in long. I mean, Christ almighty, his mother, God rest her, she kept him out of that chair for long enough.
A long time, yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely correct. So
she did a hell of a job.
Which one of Williams's kids will succeed him?
The oldest.
What you know what that kid's name is?
George.
Oh, he's George.
Yeah.
Oh wow. There you go. See, the more you know, guys, the more you know.
The more you know, the less shit you carry in your head.
So, hey, like always, guys, we have pinned the link at the top. So please come up and join us as we talk about day 38 of the government shutdown, or as I call it, kids arguing on the playground. So yeah, before we do all that, we're going to say hello to everybody in the chat.
Or is it the more you know, the more shit you carry around in your head?
Yeah. Sometimes you just need to do a brain dump and go on vacation.
Yeah, I'm looking for some stuff for that.
Yeah. Heartland headquarters with Dink and Tank. There's Tamara. She's in here. Paul Honeyman showed up. Welcome in. Hardneck Farm. Wendy. Remember, Wendy goes live every Wednesday at 7 p.m., guys. So check out her live. Karen Brest. Paul said hello to Karen. His favorite. Karen. Debbie drops in here. Hello, Debbie. I should put their name up there so everybody can see their gorgeous faces. There's Wendy. I got to put Wendy in there, and Tom's in the picture. Let's see. Karen Gradiosi.
Yes.
Hello and welcome in. All right, there's Ed at Whistle Stop. He's saying good morning to everybody.
Hang on. Seeing as how YouTube.
Oh, he said hello. He said good morning, all you fabulous people, and Paul too.
And I had a thing printed out and it won't let me through it. I says, what was it? Come back, come back, come back.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it instead. It says, LOL, fuck you too, Ed.
Oh. Hey, there's Jason over at Okies Eden. I seen that you had marked yourself as going to the Mid-America. I thank you for doing that for us. And if you plan on going to the Mid-America, the information is down below, and you can go to MT Homestead Facebook page to get all the details and to mark whether you're going or not. I'd appreciate that. A head count's very important to the planning process for these meetups. Okay, guys? Especially in the area of food.
If I'm coming, you better have plenty of that.
Yeah. Hey, Roadkill Ron, there he is right there, guys.
Avita Navarro.
There's Merns Pacquiao.
Yep.
Good morning, my dear friend. And guys, hey, prayers over there in the Philippines. They got hit by a massive typhoon. I think Terry said something like 69 people died in that typhoon over there. A lot of homeless people now, a lot of injured. And I mean, Cebu got hit real hard. Let's see. The island of Negros got hit real hard. We have dear friends of ours that live there, that live on that island in the Philippines that we have visited in the past. So prayers out to them. Let's see. Thank you, Karen, for that. Let's see. Hey, Okie Grower. How come it won't click? There it goes. Okie Grower's in here. Welcome in. There's Rhonda Dotson. She is the better half of Bobby, a.k.a. Figuring It Out with Catfish. And they are going to the meetup. I seen that on there. Yeah, they have. They really have, compared to when Terry had her C-sections to this one, night and day, the way they do scars, because it's like inside out. They're dissolvable, and they have like little buttons on the end where they pull it tight, and then they tape it, and she should have minimal scarring. Well, I will tell you that Terry downloaded an app on her phone that's a ringing bell, but every time she hits it, she has to shut her phone off because it won't turn off. It just keeps ringing. So she just yells at me. So I respond to yelling, and I come running, making sure she has her meds when she's supposed to take them. Her water, her food. I'm getting my RN training. Something happened to Paul. He froze up. Let's see. He'll be back. Let's see. Hey. There's Jamie at O'Rourke's Littlefield. I know she's got things to say. Let's see. Everybody's saying hello. Hey, Beverly Moffett. Welcome in. I hope you enjoy this segment of MTV. There's Paul. Him's back, guys.
Yay!
Good to see you, Beverly. Hey, the Bud Files is here. Good morning to you.
Say
Yeah.
hello.
Jamie says, I say shame on elected officials. Time for them to go. Get folks in office that can work together. Hey, well, good news, guys. Nancy Pelosi put in her retirement paperwork. She's 85 years old. She's been serving for 89 years.
And she's stolen enough off the people. She shouldn't get a rugby
Yeah.
pension.
And there is Jovita Navarro. And you're so welcome.
She's a little pistol.
Who is?
Wendy.
Why?
She's a pistol.
Oh, she's a pistol.
She takes no shit.
Nope, she does not. Hello, Barbara Castile. I'm glad you're here.
Hey, Minty Cactus.
Oh, and Wendy at Hardneck Farms will be at the meetup. Are you bringing Tom with you this time so he can see exactly what goes on when you leaving for a weekend?
Now, does she want Tom to see what goes on when she leaves for a weekend?
And there is Donna over at Road Trips Life and Redux. She's going to the meetup. I seen her name on the list. Hey. Gillum Farms is here. And congratulations to Christine for getting that big old buck.
I love the way
Johnny
goes
goes to deer camp.
Yeah.
In the
And
deep
Christine gets
woods.
one.
He goes
Christine
into the
gets one
deep
off the
woods.
patio.
Christine wakes up, goes in the backyard, and kills a buck.
Did you see the points on that?
Yeah. That was
I
a
mean,
big
that-
8-point. I think it was an 8-point, but it had a little kicker. They wanted to grow. They were just little. So I don't know how they scored that one, but I seen 8. But it was a nice wide rack too. It was nice.
Yeah.
And I was telling them
I could have just led with that. You only Christine got a nice back.
So we'll leave it at that. And I will tell you that I was telling them last night, we were living in Colorado, and Terry came to me and said, hey, there's a big old buck out back. And we lived on the side of Pikes Peak. Pikes Peak is a 14,000 foot elevation mountain. We lived at 9,000 feet. We had a pond behind us, woods at the time. And she said, hey, there's bucks out here. And I went out there in my flip-flops and boxer shorts.
Yeah.
And I had my bow.
Don't ever criticize me about boxers again.
And I'm standing on the back porch, which is elevated because of the way the land is. And I could see him. We were clearing out some buildings on the Penrose Ranch that I managed, 1,200 acre ranch in Colorado for the Army. And we were cleaning out these old warehouses. And I got dust, and there's rats everywhere in this building. And I got some kind of infection in my eyes, and I had to go to the doctor. They had given me drops and all kinds of stuff. And so I started getting my vision back. And I told her, I said, well, I went out on the porch, and she was looking out the kitchen window. And I said, which way is his head facing? Because I couldn't see that because it was in the shadow. You know, parts of him was in the shadow, but I could see his legs, but I couldn't tell, you know, which end the head was on. And she says, facing the house. I said, all right. I mean, I let that arrow fly, and one shot, he didn't even take a step and just dropped right there, heart shot.
Nice.
And I always tell people, I said, I watch these hunting shows. How can you screw up? If I'm half blind and I can drop a deer with a bow, and these are guys on TV are professionals, I don't get it. And
You
so
need
anyway,
to read that.
congratulations to Christine. I know Johnny got one, but he ain't letting the cat out the bag. You're gonna have to go over to Gillum Farms and watch his video when it gets posted.
You need to read what Wendy's just posted.
Where's that at the bottom?
Go 4 up from the bottom.
Okay, I'm going down. Oh, Mike, Tom thought, let me put it up there. Tom thought I was with another guy at the meetup. Your true story.
True story. His friend texted him and said, I see your wife is hanging out with David Warren. And then she followed that up with 3 under.
Yeah, I
Tom's
see.
friend follows David Warren, so Tom thought I was with him and not at the meetups. I showed him who David was, and it all got cleared up.
Yeah,
See, I'm not the only shit stirrer.
there you go.
Mike does it really well.
There is Virginia Alexander. Welcome in, my friend. I'm going to go up from here. See if I can. Yeah, any news on your new grandchild?
Nothing yet. If she hasn't dropped in naturally by Tuesday, they're going to induce her.
Well, I will tell you that we're on day 38 of Jessica Rabbit not having babies. Here's a funny story that I called up Jason and Tara and I said, "Hey, what the heck is going on?" And because rabbits, day 31, boom, like clockwork, they start having them. And I'm going, whoa, wait a minute, because this is on day 35. Now it's day 38. And she goes, there was 3. They have an older doe. Day 31, she kicked out 7. Boom, like clockwork. But she had taken the young does and bred them with the 3 young does and bred them with their new bucks. They're the same age as the does. And not one of the young does have kidded yet. None of them. So I don't think she's pregnant, but we will be breeding her. I don't know. I think Saturday, cold front's coming in. Sunday, it's colder weather. And hopefully, I don't know how the rest of November and December. We're probably going to wait until the spring. And then in the spring, we'll breed her to David C. because he's a proven breeder. And we'll see what we get in the springtime. But until then, she'll be eating good hay, good grain, and we'll give her the best life she can, along with Rachel and David C. So, plus it gets the new rabbit hutch that's going to be attached to the hen house.
If she doesn't produce, she goes in the freezer.
We'll see. If David C. can't get her pregnant, I'm telling you. And there's Minty Cactus. How are you doing, my friend? Oh, yeah. Get Johnny to talk to him. It's all you got to do is travel down 35. You'll get to it. 35 and take a left. the meetup is, if you look at the bottom of the screen there, Okie Grower, the Mid-America meetup is at Lake Texoma State Park here in Oklahoma, May 15th through the 17th. And for more information, visit our Facebook page at MT Homestead. Have all the information there. I was trying to use the wrong mouse.
What is it with these farmers getting attached to their bloody pets?
Do what?
Wendy says, "Oh no, don't put Rachel in the freezer." I've got no problem dispatching something if it hasn't produced. Hey, Spencer. Human family.
I agree. I agree. I absolutely agree.
They shouldn't be allowed to go home while they're on lockdown.
Yeah, they should. Number one, they shouldn't be getting paid. They should be the first ones not getting paid.
Yeah,
because
totally agree with that.
Those a-holes. I mean, it's like, oh God, it's
if they're
just.
not,
I got more to say, and I think, oh God. Hey, Newman family, we're trying to keep it as clean as we can, guys. But you know, Paul and I, we're going to get pissed off and say something. Remember, if you get upset with us, I refer you go to the description. I put the disclaimer in there. Okay. We'll try to keep, there you go, warning. And that is the definition of a Paul Honeyman. Yeah. Yeah. Because right now, the money in reserve, and I don't know how people feel about this. Okay. But I think that the money that's in reserve should be paid to our military. Okay. I understand people that have this SNAP cards need the assistance. And by the way, they need to get a hold of that program, and they need to go back in. This is a perfect time. Okay. This is a very perfect time for them to go in with those mission essential people that work under that program and find out who truly is authorized that and who has BS their way in to getting a SNAP card. They need to clean that one up now while nobody's getting paid. Okay? That's what they need to do. Because I will guarantee you there's a bunch of freeloaders on there. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that can work, but just because you work doesn't mean you have enough money to take care of your household. Hence, they put you on the food assistance program, right? I get that part. But I will tell you that I'm sure there's a lot of people just using the crap out of it and not paying into the system. Yeah, that's true. That there's a trout stream down there, Blue River, 6 miles north of Tishomingo, is a hidden gem. I found that out when I seen Arm's family. He was down there fishing, him in Houston. Don't allow. Okay, so that's how I found out about it. Hey, and one of the things that we're looking into is if you get there on Friday to the meetup, we're going to take a little trip. It's about 35-minute trip, and we're going to be going to Tishomingo, to Old Reds. Okay?
Don't take the trip. Don't take the trip. It's a trap. It's a trap. He's going to dump you in the woods.
And that is owned by Blake Shelton, who actually lives just outside of Tishomingo on his ranch there with Gwen Stefani, you never know when they're going to show up. You never know. I know he's
Are they
doing
still
this
together?
right now called The Road, but this is in May, so who knows?
I thought they split up.
No, that is BS on the internet. Don't believe that stuff. Like Terry always tells me. Every time I ask Terry, "Hey, is this true? Did this guy die?" She goes, "No, he's not dead." So
I got one of them last week. Otto Kilcher from the Wild Frontier. He turned around and he says, just to let everybody know, it's the stories of my death have been greatly over exaggeration.
yeah,
I'm still here.
yeah. Didn't something happen to that family? The state of Alaska came after him for something. I don't know.
No, that was another one.
The Lost Frontier.
No, it wasn't the Last Frontier. Oh shit! I used to watch the other ones as well. But there's another family that used to live out in the middle of nowhere. They bought land. They set up
Oh,
on
that
it.
Bush family.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of them went to jail. The old man died.
The old man died.
Yeah.
The oldest son took a plea for the family and went to jail.
Hmm.
It was all about the Canadian oil pipeline.
Hmm.
They were getting paid for taxes on that
Hey.
when they'd been in America for 4 or 5 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okie Grower, do they have like an RV park or something like down there where you can go camping? Because I'd like to go down there and go trout fishing. Yeah, it used to be called the Pink Pistol. Yeah.
Good morning, Motorbike Adventures.
Yep. Tabloid marketing, Newman family. You're right. They get you to click on stuff.
If a president is only allowed to serve 2 terms, why are the Senate allowed to serve more than 3?
Who?
If your president
Yeah.
is only allowed to serve 2 terms, why can the Senate and Congress serve more than 3?
Because the House and Congress make law and they will never, ever, ever pass any law that restricts them to 2 terms. It'll never happen. They
No,
make law.
they should be allowed 3.
I agree. No, I totally agree. I totally agree. But
And they should never be allowed to vote for their own pay rises.
they do. And
I know they
the other
do.
thing is, they would never vote themselves for a pay decrease. Plus, their cost of living is higher. And if nobody knows this already, if you have Social Security, if you have VA compensation, and if you have a military retirement, your pay raise this year came out at almost to the end of September. You get a 2.8% pay increase if you have that. If you have all 3, then each one of them gets a 2.8% pay increase, which does not match inflation during the year. Trust me. But I'm sure Congress will have a larger pay increase on the true cost of living. So get ready for that one. Hey, Motor Vikes Adventures. How are you doing? Good to see you. And guys, if you don't know some of these channels, you need to write their channel name down and go check them out.
I want a Harley like Rhonda's.
You what?
You know Rhonda and Tom Howard?
Yeah.
I want a Harley like Rhonda's.
Oh, the trike?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even you can pull a trike.
Yeah. I've ridden trikes before.
And you know the best thing about a trike? You can put a small trailer on the back of it.
Well, you can do that with a motorcycle too. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's more stable with a trike.
Sure it is. Sure, yeah. There's just certain things you can't do on a trike that you can do on a motorcycle too. Like cornering.
You can corner, you just have to slow down.
Yeah. Just gotta slow down.
That's how the ladies like it as well, Mike.
Yeah,
I was slow down.
A purple one. I was going to buy Terrie a purple 32, but she didn't want one. Hey, John Goes Outdoors. How's the deer hunting going, brother? Hope you're doing good.
He's gone back to work already.
Yeah, it makes me angry too. Yeah. Congress, I mean, Jesus Christ. Sorry about that, guys.
When Congress shuts, their pay should stop. They should have to clock in.
They should be paid by the hour that they work.
Exactly. They should have to clock in and clock out.
So, guys, as of November 7th, 2025, hey, that's today. The U.S. government shutdown has been going on for 38 days. The shutdown began on October 1st, making it the longest government shutdown in U.S. history, surpassing the last time of 35 days. And that happened in 2018, 2019. Okay. The government has shut down. What's that?
Who was president then?
In
18 and 19.
2019?
Yeah.
Well, that was Trump.
Yeah.
16 to 20.
Yeah, it's funny how every time they get a president they don't like,
Yeah.
they close it.
Well, the only one they despise is him. He used to be a Democrat for his whole life.
And he woke up.
And then he woke up.
Yeah.
Okay. He was a Democrat. You could, in the business he was in New York, you couldn't get permits or get anything done unless you worked through the Democrats. Okay. The people who ran New York City, besides the mafioso and all the families and all that kind of stuff. You couldn't get nothing done. Okay. But once he became president and he went from the dark side over to the good side, that's a Star Wars thing. Yeah. He's been target zero the whole time.
Yeah. And they really hate him while he's in office because he doesn't take a paycheck.
Oh, yeah. So here are some of the key sticking points. The primary disagreement causing the prolonged shutdown revolves around spending levels and the specific healthcare provisions, particularly the extension of the Enhanced Affordable Care Act. Now okay. Tell me if I don't get this right. Okay. The Affordable Health Care, aka Obamacare. If it is so affordable, why are they pumping billions of dollars in subsidies into that healthcare plan? Why? Because it's too high. It's too
Why
expensive.
is it too high? Why is it too
Okay. How much it costs to run the VA. That is government health care at its finest. Okay. Okay. You want to do that at the civilian level. Okay. Government ran healthcare using private insurers because they're so used to screwing over the government when it comes to Medicare, Medicaid, all that stuff. Okay. Putting in false claims or double claims and yada, 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 and so on and so forth. I see that with the VA. When I go use a civilian healthcare thing, all of a sudden they put in and it says, hey, we want $1,140 for this. And the VA says, hey, under the VA, all prices are at Medicare, Medicaid levels. So then they turn around and give them $340 for it. Then you'll see them come back with another bill and get $60 more. Then you'll see them come back because I get a receipt. A veteran gets all the receipts that's paid out. Then they'll come back with another one so they can work up to that $1,100 freaking dollars. Okay. That's how they buck the system. And you're going to say 42 million people are on Obamacare. And you don't think these hospitals and these doctors and these insurance companies are ripping off the taxpayer? You're living in freaking la land. But it says the affordable health care plan. It may be affordable to somebody that doesn't have a job. Okay. It may be affordable to somebody that doesn't make enough money to even pay for health care, but somebody's paying for it. Okay. I'm still paying for it. I get Social Security. I get an Army retirement check. I get a GS retirement check, and I pay all my taxes again. Even though I'm retired, you're still paying for it. Okay. But I get all my health care through the VA, which is a government ran health care plan. Okay.
Do you know your biggest problem? Your biggest problem is the pharmaceutical companies.
Oh, those guys are out of freaking control.
Yeah, that's my point exactly.
When you look at they should abolish that health company, because if Terrie, okay, for example, Terrie just had a hysterectomy, but since she's a female, okay, she still has to pay for, all that women stuff. Okay.
Yep.
You have to pay for all that, even though you can't have no more children. You still have to pay. It has to be part of your plan because you're paying into it. So it helps pay for other people's, to bring down the cost of other people's stuff. But that's not what is happening, guys. The insurance companies have nobody to control them. Nobody. Okay. All this crap about putting all these people into jail because of all that things that they've been doing since politicians have been doing since the beginning of time. Who gives a crap? Okay. Stop wasting our money on all these hearings for all this crap in Congress and in the Senate. The House is doing one and they're doing the exact same thing. They're matching everything one for one. Get away with that. Do something that's going to help the people. You put somebody in jail, that doesn't help me out at all. I really give a rat's ass about that. But if you go and make a law that controls the pharmaceutical people, because what we're paying in America is not what they're paying in Canada from the same company. Okay. It's not the same price as in Europe that we're paying over here. We're getting gouged over here. The free market gouges you. And that's what our Congress and our Senate need to get on the stick on. They need to stop all this bull crap and do something that's going to help us. And getting a hold of those pharmaceutical people and these hospitals, okay, all that stuff, getting a hold of all that, because I just got my Medicare Advantage thing done the other day because I need the dental part of it, okay? Because I'm not working no more. I lost my dental plan, so I need the dental plan, so I'm doing the C for the dental, the vision, even though the VA does all that stuff. But I have to pay $750 copay if they flight me out of here for something. If I do an ambulance, I have to pay $350 as my copay for it. And I'm going to tell you, it doesn't take them $350, not even with the wages for the paramedics, to go from McAllister, 18 miles away, to this house and back. Okay? It doesn't cost $350 to run that ambulance. But that's what it costs. And that's what I'm talking about. They need to do stuff that helps us. Freya? To help us, the American people, the people who pay the trillions of dollars every year in taxes. They're not taking care of us. And that's what pisses me off. Okay? That truly does. And the American people need to wake up. All this woke garbage protesting for every little thing and going to court over every little decision being made by this administration, that needs to stop. And these judges who are working with the Democratic Party, they need to be impeached. They need to get those guys out of office because what they're doing is wrong. Nobody can control what the president does to manage the purse. Congress allocates it all. The president manages it. And if you don't understand that, you need to go back to school and relearn what you're supposed to know already. Okay? And that is my minute to 10 minutes. Oh, it just pisses me off.
Don't worry about it. I'm just posting links.
Hey, Christy Betts, how you doing? There's Ed Kirkpatrick, storytellers here. Yep, 133 more days and 189 to Mid-America. I couldn't have told you that if I tried. And we're putting it on.
I got a bill talking about paying ambulances.
How are you doing?
Talking about paying ambulances. I got a bill for an ambulance that was never sent out because I went to hospital and it wasn't for me. I took somebody to hospital.
Yeah.
He was actually holding on to the back of my lorry as I was going up the hill on his push bike. And as we got to the top of the brow, these two idiots that were racing came over the top, and I swerved towards the curb. And this poor fella went straight over the hedge.
Mm.
It was hilarious to watch. But I picked him up, put him in the wagon, and this is before I got my license. I was actually on driver training. We put his bike in the back of the lorry, him in the lorry, and we took him to Scarborough Hospital. 7 months later, I got a bill for 340 quid.
Yeah.
For an ambulance for this fella going to hospital.
Yeah.
And I went straight down to my driving instructor and says, I've just received this in the post. Come with me. And we went straight into the Army's legal team. And they turned around and said, right, what happened? I said, what happened was there was two idiots racing on the main road. Came over the brow of the hill. I swerved towards the curb trying to avoid them. I didn't know that some idiot had grabbed hold of the wagon to help himself up the hill.
Hmm.
So, right. I says, we picked him up, put his bike in the back of the lorry, took him to Scarborough Hospital to get checked out, waited, and then brought him back to his village.
Hmm.
He says, yeah. I says, and that's all that happened. So when was the ambulance? He says, there was no bloody ambulance. We didn't call for one. We didn't call 999. He wasn't hurt. So we literally sent South Yorkshire Hospitals a bill for 1,200 quid for our legal team.
Oh, wow. Hmm.
So they quashed it. Straight away, they quashed it. They sent an apology. Can they quash the £1,200? The army said no.
Yeah. So let's get back to the sticking points. The Affordable Care Act premium tax credits. Democrats are demanding the extension of the enhanced premium tax credits, which were extended during the COVID-19 pandemic and are set to expire. Republicans have largely rejected this condition, insisting that health care talks should only begin after the government is funded. Spending levels and cuts. House Republicans proposed bills call for significant cuts in non-defense appropriation, which Democrats oppose. In contrast, Senate bills propose modest increases, creating a wide gap in the funding priorities. So they can't even agree on the basic spending for the government. Presidential authority. Democrats also are seeking to include provisions in the legislation that would limit the White House, their ability to unilaterally cut or withhold appropriated funds, an action that the current administration has allegedly attempted previously. And then political blame. Both parties are blaming each other like freaking children, okay, for the failure of the compromise, with the president publicly calling on the Senate to use the nuclear option to end the filibuster and pass the House-approved bill. Okay? So, I'm going to tell you something. If this doesn't piss you off as a voter, I don't know what does. If I'm you look at New York City, and New York City is going to turn into a Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay, since time began, there has never been a socialist government succeed. They've all failed. All this Marxist talk, everything has failed. Okay. That's proven. That's history. It all fails. They go into freaking wars, civil wars, everything, because the government is taking. Remember, between the Americans and the British, taxation without representation, meaning you're paying for services and you ain't getting them.
Have you ever watched The Patriot?
Yeah.
With Mel Gibson.
Oh, yeah.
There's one of his lines in that film is so true. It's like he saw it coming. He turned around and stood up and he says, why should I fight to depose one king and instead welcome 35 more?
Yeah. Yeah, he just wanted to be free. That's why they came to America. Yeah. But I'm going to tell you something.
Hey, Tim.
People talk about healthcare, and they say, "Oh, the Canadians, they got such a good healthcare plan. The Germans, they got such a good healthcare plan." You need to research what they actually have. You need to research on how that healthcare is funded. Okay? Money don't grow on no tree. England doesn't have a money tree that grows somewhere in some park somewhere, and they go and just pick the money off the tree and say, "Oh yeah, we got money." Somebody's got to pay for that stuff. Okay? And when
That's
you're
what
talking
your
about
taxes are supposed to be for.
if you're talking about government ran healthcare, is probably the most expensive healthcare you can possibly get. Okay? Look how many times you can go to the doctor. Yeah, you might go for emergency care. Look how long of a wait time. It's kind of like going to the VA and trying to get an appointment. How far out? I have an appointment that they made in October, and I can't see a doctor until the 23rd of December. And talking to people from Canada, they said, "Oh man, 6 months. Oh, there's not, that's normal. Normal." Okay. Go over to Germany. Yeah, you get to see the doctor for a cleaning and a checkup. You can go there every year. All right. And then the doctors, the only way you can control that is that the doctor doesn't pay too much, is like in Germany. The doctor sees you, then he says, "Okay, this is what I did." Now, the patient never sees this, so it could be more than what he actually did anyway. I don't know. So they send it to the government and says, "Hey, I'd like to get paid for seeing this patient on this day for this stuff right here. I'd like to get reimbursed for that." That's how it does, and the government reimburses you. So could you imagine a government health care that's ran by the government? Our doctors have to turn in the request to get paid, and they say, "Oh, that's nice, but you're only getting paid Medicare prices." I would love that, but it ain't going to be ran that way. That's how you run out of doctors. That's how you get doctors from other countries come to America and go to school and open up a practice here, because the money, show me the money.
And what do they do when they retire?
Yeah.
They go back.
Yeah, then they go back to where they came from.
Yeah.
All right. I got Terry. We have a doctor. His name's Dr. Sharma. He's from India. He said, "Man, I can't make no money in India. I'm going to America." He came to America, got him a great education, and he was supposed to go back. He said, "Man, I ain't going back for nothing. There's money to be made here in America." Okay. Because you can't make money in India. So he stayed here. He's making bank. Okay. And that's the problem. Okay. These doctors are asking for more than what I believe they're freaking worth. Now, if you're a specialist, you're a cancer specialist, yeah, I think there should be, hey, if you're just a pediatrician, you're looking at kids and sore tummies and runny buttholes and all this other crap that kids get, hey, you take your curtain climber to them, okay? They see him, okay, blah, blah, blah. Now, if you want to be an adult doctor, okay, and these are your specialties, I get it. But I'm just telling you. And then what else is in the mix with all that crap is the cost to go to college. The cost to go to college. Okay? All these professors getting tenure, making millions of dollars teaching a class. Okay? I don't know. It's all, I know my brother-in-law, He went to, he's an eye surgeon and he does cataract surgeries. He does all this stuff with the eyeballs and stuff like that. That poor guy, my brother-in-law, had to serve 5 years because he had government loans to go to school to pay for all this stuff. He was up on the Navajo Indian Reservation for 5 years. My sister's having babies. They're living in a little 2-bedroom house on the reservation, and they worked him like a dog for 5 years to pay off student loans. But a lot of people ain't willing to do that and hardly no pay. Okay? Because the government was paying it because the government paid the tribal medical. So that's what he had to do. Now he's successful. He's on his own. Student loans paid off. Doing really well now. Okay? Got 3 clinics in the Phoenix Valley. He's doing really well. Got other doctors working for him. But the point I'm trying to make is they have to get control of this stuff. Somebody needs to yank their hands out of pharma's pockets. And if you don't think these congressmen, the reason they haven't done it, that their pockets are being stuffed with money from the medical field, from the pharmaceutical field, from all this stuff, you are living in la la land. You are living in la la land. Okay? So, I'm going to tell you something. The shutdown itself is hurting a lot of people. Now, benefits to Medicare, benefits continue without interruption. Social Security checks continue without, checks continue to be issued as these are mandatory spending programs, which is Social Security, Medicare, the Veterans Benefits and Health, all Veterans Affairs, medical facilities, clinics remain operational, and benefits like compensation, pensions, and education payments continue to be processed. In hospital medical care at federal facilities continue. Mail delivery, U.S. Postal Services is independent entity funded by its own revenue. So mail delivery continues also. And what people may not know, you may not know this, okay? That if you're a government civilian, a GS civilian, a NA civilian, not an NA, because they don't get benefits. A laborer, blue collar, white collar, GS, it don't matter. An ES, employee, executive staff employees for the federal government. You may not know this, that their entire retirement plan is handled by the U.S. Postal Service. That's what keeps it running. Okay? That's what keeps it running. And guys, I'm glad that I retired a government on the non-appropriated side. It took me 5 months to get my first check because there's only 3 ladies that do it for the entire world that works for the non-appropriated fund. And it took them 5 months to process my retirement, but I got all my back pay. And I haven't had a break. Now, the one thing they haven't been doing is taking out taxes. So we have to watch and make sure we hold back what taxes. I don't know why they're not doing it. They said, we just don't do it. You got to figure that out for yourself because I'll get a 1099 from them guys. Essential government financial operations and treasury continues critical functions like the debt servicing, borrowing, and making essential payments. Okay, so we're paying our bills But all these luxury things like SNAP and all that stuff, I'm telling you guys, the gravy train is slowing down. Now the SNAP program is affected by the government shutdown, and federal SNAP benefits for November are being partially funded. Federal judges ordered the use of emergency funds. But once that emergency fund's over with, you can go to all the freaking judges you want. There's no money in the kitty. So get ready for that. Impact on November benefits, partially funded. The administration will use the emergency funds to provide only 50% of the usual November SNAP payments that people expect. Payment delays. Maybe this will cause people to go out and get a freaking job and go to work. Payment delays. Recipients are not likely to receive these reduced payments immediately. State action. Some states may use their own funds to provide additional assistance, but this is not a long-term solution. No new applicants. Funds for new applicants and SNAP applications for November will not be available. So you can't go run to them. They're not doing any more applications till this stuff is over with. I will tell you this. I found out for Sergeant's Talk TV on a military level that I got it here. Let me tell you this, one thing I found out. The Wounded Warrior, if you're a veteran, okay, the Wounded Warrior Project has provided $2 million in grants to food programs helping veterans and military members and their families. Wounded Warrior Project announced $2 million in emergency grants to food assistance programs for veterans and military families impacted by the federal government shutdown. That includes free groceries, commissary gift cards, and prepared meals from food pantries. The nonprofit, which advocates for post 9/11 veterans, said the dollars will support 6 organizations with missions to provide direct support to veterans, active duty service members, and their families. So if you fall into those categories, please contact the Wounded Warrior Project at their national website of woundedwarriorproject.org and find out if those pantries or programs are in your area, if you need food assistance. So kudos to them. Now, I will tell you that the Wounded Warrior Project brings in hundreds of millions of dollars every year. Okay? $2 million for them is a drop in the bucket. Okay? So
you can take that from the congressman.
Yeah, you should take it from them. So that's just food for thought. Hopefully, everybody has started adjusting. I call it like retirement adjusting. When you make this much, then you retire and you only make this much. You have to change the way you live so you can balance it out now. That's what Terry and I had to do. We had to stop doing a whole lot of things to get within our budget because and I know we can't operate our families like the federal government operates and just go into frickin' debt and everything. Nobody's coming after you. Okay. If you go in debt and you can't pay your bills, you're living in your car. And if you can't pay that bill, hopefully it's paid off, then they're going to repossess that too. And you have nothing. And then you're on the streets. Okay. So we have to live within our means, but our government doesn't. And what I'm seeing, the Democrats want spin, because why? We found out where their cash cow. USAID. We put a stop to all that stuff, all their little programs and their things that they want to do around the world. Okay. And not for the American people. If you paid attention to all that stuff that USAID was pushing out, oh, thank you very much. Who was that at the time that created USAID? I think it was Kennedy. Not Kennedy. What's that guy from Georgia? Can't remember his name. Anyway, because he doesn't matter to me anymore. But that little slush fund, they don't have it no more. And they're pissed off about it. They're spending your tax dollars around the world taking care of other people. And I don't even think the money's going anywhere. They just put a label on it. Somebody's getting it. Somebody's getting paid off. Nixon. Okay. But everybody thinks, and then they say, oh, you can't do that to a government agency. That agency was established by an executive order and not by a law. Did you guys know that? USAID was established through an executive order and not federal law. Meaning any president that comes on and there's an executive order, kind of like, Trump did all those executive orders to get the oil fields back to work, to do all this stuff in America. Remember that 16 to 20, the years? Biden did away with it all. Boom, gone. Stop working, stop pumping, stop making America great. We're going to increase inflation up all the way up to 9%. Okay. Eggs at $10 a frickin' dozen. All this shit. Remember all that stuff that went on? The gas, the diesel, all that stuff. All he has to do is get rid of them. Auto pen or whatever the hell he used up there. Okay. That's all they have to do. But not one president got rid of USAID. I don't think a lot of presidents even knew it was going on. That was a secret slush fund, guys. That's your tax dollars. And you should be pissed off.
It's outdoors.
Yeah, America is owned by other countries. You have to borrow it. China has given us so much freaking money because you got to have it. You can't. They just keep getting more loans. Right? Could you imagine having to pay, $100 billion per day in interest? Like, what the hell? It's crazy. Most people think moonlight is real.
It was. That was back when TV was honest.
Yeah, and don't watch that movie with Shannon Tatum. What's his name? Channing Tatum, where they tried to. Oh, and have you seen the price of gold per ounce went up over $4,000 an ounce? Get your gold pans out, guys. Go to the nearest creek. Start panning for gold. It's over $4,000 an ounce, guys.
Do you know the best place to pan for gold? Your wife's jewelry box.
Yeah. I know they caught a guy one time. He was a cat burglar, and he would only steal gold jewelry and stuff, and he'd get enough of it. He had a smelt. He would melt it all down and make his own little bars, came up with his little stamp and all that stuff for it. Yeah, they finally caught him after decades.
Is that the one that just threw the jewels away?
Yeah. I said, I ain't got no use for it. It's $4 billion in gold, $24 trillion in bills. So there you go. You can't have just $4 billion in gold. You got to have something that's supposed to back it up. You know what I mean? And now you're seeing other countries. Hell, Ecuador. You know what the currency in Ecuador is? The U.S. dollar. They have enough U.S. dollars down there. They made that their currency in Ecuador and other countries. Okay? It's crazy. Your head just wants to explode. Yeah. And that's where it all happens right there. When you're printing more money than what you have in the bank.
Tim,
Don't say that to Tim. Don't ruin his day. Tim's in love.
I know, and I'm trying to pull him out of it.
He's in love with the girl I'm talking about. He's in love with that girl.
No, he's in love with a judge.
Can't live without. Nah, I'm so happy they found each other.
Mm-hmm. I wish them nothing but the best.
I do too. Hey, what's going on? Jailbait and Tackle Outdoors is here. I had to go back. So anyway, guys, day 38. Who knows? What if this goes past Christmas? Isn't that crazy? Everybody's saying November 21st because the original CR was dated, okay, for a clean CR was dated from 1 October to November 21st. They needed that time to negotiate the budget. They wanted a clean CR. Nobody got anything. Everything stayed the same way. And then they said, we need this time frame because during the entire calendar year, we didn't have enough time to do it because we were doing other shit that we thought was important.
Yes, Doc.
Okay.
You never mentioned her at all.
Who?
Right at the bottom.
Right at the bottom. I didn't mention something. I said Rebecca Touched by Yarn was in here. She was way up there.
Oh, I know she was, but you never
Came
said
in a
it.
little bit late, but I said hello to her. That's Karen Brass. Rebecca right there.
No, Karen Brass.
No, I seen you. I did. I swear I said your name. There's Butler Family Farms. I did not say Butler Family Farms. I know that.
Jerry and Susan.
I was thinking about them because I didn't see their name on the list to go to Mid-America on our Facebook page. I said, well, that's odd. Jerry wouldn't let a meetup happen and he didn't have a camera in the corner. So anyway, guys, I want to thank everybody for coming in, guys.
Jerry says he'll be there.
All right. Just remember this, guys. 2026 is coming up. The midterms are coming up. I'm going to tell you something. If you don't like the way things are going, okay, and I don't know if they're going to be doing, mail-in ballots. They are talking about getting rid of all that crap. Get off your dead butt and go stand in line with us baby boomers, because we'll stand in line. Me and Terry, we go down there. We vote. We'll mail-in ballot. They send them to us. We tear them up and throw them in the trash because I don't need somebody else grabbing my ballot and voting for me. We go down there. We go down to the little courthouse, the city hall in Kiowa, Oklahoma, and we stand in line and we wait and we vote. That's how we do it. America's getting lazy, guys. They're getting lazy. All this mail-in ballot. Now, our service members overseas, I understand. Mail-in ballots are good. We were overseas. We were still citizens of the state of Colorado when we went to Korea. When we got our ballots from our county, 5 days before they were due. And I think that was on purpose because we are registered Republicans and Pueblo, Colorado is solid blue. That's when we got ours. So anyway, guys, glad you guys came in here. Hey, I'm telling you, we're going to make it. Okay. And it all starts with getting rid of these judges that the Democrats are running towards. Every time Trump opens his mouth and they try to put an injunction on him, he is the executive of this country. Courts are not higher than the president. That's why he has the Supreme Court. All right. That third part of the government that nobody can control, and they tell you where it's at. Hey, guess what? Supreme Court says, hey, keep moving forward with your tariffs. Shot down the judge's order. Okay? You can't get in their way. You can't get into the executive's way. He's running our country. Okay? He's not sleeping on the job.
And he's not getting paid for it either.
Yeah. So anyway, guys, I'm glad you guys came in. Remember, go to the Facebook page. Check out the Mid-America YouTube, all the information there. If we're missing something, please leave a comment in there or email us at mthomesteadok@gmail.com. We will talk to you. We will email you whatever you need, the link, whatever. And be kind to one another. Help somebody in need. And always think of that, guys. Hey, and also remember, every Tuesday is Sergeant's Talk TV. If you're military, if you're interested in the military, if you have kids in the military, if you're a widow of a service member, if you're a Gold Star member, please come join us every Tuesday, 8:00 p.m. Central Standard Time. And Paul and I go live every Monday and Friday, God willing. Couldn't do it this last Monday because Terry was getting...
Don't you dare blame her.
I blame her for it.
I don't.
You had a good day off.
No, it's not that. I missed her. I missed you.
Oh,
And I
okay.
missed her.
Yeah.
But I'll tell
But
you,
guys, and then Wednesday we go live. Terry and I do. We didn't have one the other day. Terry really didn't feel like,
I didn't think you would.
Yeah, because she looks like she got beat up and put away wet. So she said, nope, ain't happening. She couldn't sit in this chair and do a live. But hopefully next week we will be back on the air with, and she will tell you everything she went through. And hopefully you guys come in and talk to her, send her prayers still needed for her. Prayers for the people over in the Philippines. That typhoon killed a lot of people over in the Philippines. So anyway, guys, we love you. God bless you. We'll see you on the next show. Bye, guys. Say bye, Paul.
Bye, Paul.
All right.